ಸಂಸಾರದವ ನಲಲಿಡಲೋಕ ತ್ರಾಣಯ ಕಾರುಣ್ಯ ಗಣ ತ್ವಂ रक्तस्य कल्याण गुणर्नवस्य वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणारविन्दम् महाप्रभो कीर्तन नित्य गीता वादित्रमाद्यान् मनसुरसेना रोमाञ्चकाम्पासुतरङ्गबाजो वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणारविन्दम् श्रीविग्रहाराधन नित्यानाना सिंगारतान्मन्दिरमजनादो युक्तस्य भक्तां च नियुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणारविन्दम् चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत्प्रसादा स्वादन्न तृप्तान् हरिभक्तसङ्घान् कृत्वैव तृप्तिं भजता सदैव वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणारविन्दम् श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपारा माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपानां माधवयोरपारा माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपानां प्रतीक्षणा स्वादनलोलुपास्य वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणारविन्दम् निकुञ्जयुनो रतिकेलिसिद्ध्यै यायालिभिर्युक्तिरपेक्षणीया तत्रातिदाक्षात् अतिवल्लभास्य वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणारविन्दम् साक्षादरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रे उक्तास्तथा भाव्यत एव साध्भिः किन्तु प्रभोर्या प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणारविन्दम् यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादान् न गति कुतोऽपि सादात् भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादान् न गति कुतोऽपि ध्यायान् सुवांस्तस्य यशस्श्रीसन्ध्यं वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणारविन्दम् वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणारविन्दम् वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणारविन्दम् नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदान्ता स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरा भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरा भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरा भक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरा भक्तवृंद हरे Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Nila Madhava Radha Nila Madhava Sadhe.
Jaya
जयो जगन्नाथा जयो बलदेवा जयो सुभद्रमा जयो सुदर्शना जयो सीताराम जयो सीताराम जयो सीताराम जयो लक्ष्मण हनुमान जयो लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जयो लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जयो लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जयो लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जयो गौरनिताय जयो गौरनिताय जयो गौरनिताय जयो गौरनिताय जयो प्रभुपादा जयो प्रभुपादा जयो प्रभुपादा जयो प्रभुपादा जयो गुरुदेवा जयो गुरुदेवा जयो गुरुदेवा जयो गुरुदेवा निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
Jai Om Shinu Pada Brahmhamsa Pajaka Acharya Ashtota Shata Shishmatis Divine Grace Aparachana Rinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON PPT PI Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Shinu Pada Brahmhamsa Pajaka Acharya Ashtota Shata Shishmatis Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai प्रेमी से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की जय श्री व्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय श्री पुरुषोत्तम चैत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय श्री अयोध्या धाम की जय गंगा माई की जय यमुना माई की जय भक्ति देवी की जय तुलसी देवी की जय Samavita Bhaktavinda Ki Jai Hari Nama Sankirtana Ki Jai Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Namaste Narasingaya. Namaste Narasingaya. Prahlad Ladadaine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye. Hito Narsima Parito Narsima. Yato yato yami tato Narsimha. बाहिर्नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे तव करकमलवरेणकाम् अद्भुतशृङ्गां दलिता हिरण्यकाशिपू तनुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे बोलो नरसिंह देव जय नरसिंह देव नरसिंह देव जय नरसिंह देव जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय जगन्नाथ जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल नरसिंह भगवान की प्रहलाद महाराज की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे
वृंदाय तुलसी देवाय प्रियाय केशव सच विष्णु भक्ति पदे देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः वृंदाय तुलसी देवाय प्रियाय केशव सच विष्णु भक्ति पदे देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः वृंदाय तुलसी देवाय प्रियाय केशव सच विष्णु भक्ति पदे देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय
नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियसी नमो नमः राधा कृष्ण सेवा पाओ एई अभिलाषी राधा कृष्ण सेवा पाओ एई अभिलाषी जे तुम्हार शरण लोय तारा वांछा पूर्ण होय। कृपा कोरी कोरो तारे वृंदावन वासी मुराए विलास विलास कुंज दियो वास नयने हेरिबो सदा युगल रूप राशि निवेदन धर सखीर अनुगत करो सेवा अधिकार दिए करो निज राशि दीन कृष्ण दास कोई जे न मोरा होए श्री राधा गोविंदा प्रेम सदा जेन वासी श्री राधा गोविंदा प्रेमे सदा जेन वासी तुलसी कृष्ण प्रिय श्री नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रिय श्री नमो नमः यानि कानि च पापानि प्रमत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्राण्याष्टन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्मत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्राण्याशन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्राणाश्यन्ते प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्राणाश्यन्ते प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय तुलसी महारानी, जय तुलसी महारानी, जय तुलसी महारानी, जय तुलसी महारानी, तुलसी महारानी, जय तुलसी महारानी, जय वृंदा देवी, जय वृंदा देवी, जय वृंदा देवी, जय वृंदा देवी. निताय गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि बोल. वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय. श्री वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशव सच्च विष्णु भक्ति प्रते देवी सत्यवताई नमो नमः. वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशव सच्च विष्णु भक्ति प्रते देवी सत्यवताई नमो नमः. वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशव सच्च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रते देवी सत्यवताई नमो नमः.
Thus, within my vision, I shall behold the beautiful pastime of Radha and Krishna. I beg you to make me follow a Kara Danso's Vraja. Please give me the privilege of devotional service and make me own maid servant. This very fallen and lowly servant of Krishna prays. May I always swim in the love of Shri Radha and Govinda. Srimati Tulasi Maharani ki jai. There are 10 fences in the matter of chanting holy names that should be avoided, and they are as follows. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the names of the demigods, Lord Shiva or Brahma, to be equal to independent name Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature pursuing the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glory of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on strength of chanting the holy name. 8. To consider chanting Hare Krishna one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in Veda fruity activities, Karma Ganda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glory of the holy name. 10. To not complete faith in the chanting holy names and to maintain material attachments in understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims the Vaishnava must guide for guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly achieve desired success, Krishna Prema. Now let us offer our most humble obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just as I trees who can fulfill to everyone, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. Jeto darpana marjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam Shriya gairava chantrika vitaranam vidyavatu jivanam Anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam purunamita swadanam Sarvatmasnapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatra Pita Niyamita Smaranena Galaha Etadeshi Tavakripa Bhagavam Mamapi Durudevami Desham Yahajanina Nurakaha Trinatapi Sunijena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadaharihi Na Thanam Na Janam Na Sundarim Kavitam Vajagadisha Kamaye Mama Jammani Jammanishvare Bhavata Bhaktir Haituki Tavai Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Han Vishame Bhavam Buddha Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Sthita Duri Satesham Vichintaya Nayanam Galata Shrutaraya Vatanam Katkata Rudaya Gira Pulaka Nichitam Vapurkada Tava Nama Grahane Bhavishati Yuga Itam Nimishena Chakshusha Pravisha Itam Shunya Itam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahe Name Ashrishava Padaratam Pinnastumam Adarshanam Marmahatam Karotuva Yatha Tatava Vidatatu Lampato Matprana Natastu Se Eva Na Paraha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. Glory to Shri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction of humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone grants all benediction of human beings. Thus you have hundreds of millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names you invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, our kindness enables us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate and have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O my Lord, I know that I to commit wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotion service, birth after birth. O son of Marjananda Krishna, I am eternal servitor, yet somehow I have fallen in the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of Adam's or lotus feet. O my Lord, while my eyes spectacular tears of love flowing constant when I chant your holy name, while my voice choke up, or the hairs of my body stand at end, recitation of your name. O Govinda, feeling of separation comes in a moment to be like a great millennium. Tears are flowing from eyes like torrents of rain, and I feel all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord. He shall remain so if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything, everything, for he is always my worshipable Lord, unconditionally. Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. Shri Mangala Charnam prayers ki jai. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Om Litam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Patakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahakana Ragnatam Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savatutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vidamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Desha Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shri Varshabhani Devi Dayitaya Kripaptaye Krishna Sambandha Vidyana Dayine Prabhavin Namaha Madhuryo Jala Premadya Shri Rupa Nukha Bhaktita Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dina Tarine Rupa Nuka Virudapa Siddhanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipalambara Sambodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virabhava Bhumistvam Nirtishta Sajanapriyaha Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jaganathaya Te Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Cha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishin Namaha Pancha Tattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakham Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Sratho Pangor Mamamanda Matergati Masarva Swapadam Bhojo Radha Madana Mohano Divya Divindadana Kalpadumata Shimadra Nagara Singhasanasto Shrimad Radha Shila Govinda Devo Pishtaribi Sevyamano Smarami Shriman Rasa Rasarambi Vamsiva Tatatastitaha Karsham Vinu Soner Gopir Gopinata Shriyestunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanishvari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Panamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Dadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Shri Mangala Charnam prayers ki jai. Shri Brahma Samhita ki jai. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadya Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Chintamani Parakara Satmasukalpa Viksha Laksharviteshu Surabi Rabi Palayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Sampatasva Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Venung Kavanantam Aravinda Dalaya Taksham Parhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Gandharva Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Alola Chanta Kala Savanamare Vamshi Ranangatam Panayakeri Kala Vilasam Shamam Tripanga Lalitam Yatapakasham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasya Sakalendriya Vrittimanti Pashanti Panti Kalayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chimmaya Satujala Vigrahasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Advaitam Achotam Anadi Mananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabam Adurlabam Atma Bhakta Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Pantastu Koti Shatavassara Sampragamyo Vayuratapi Manaso Muni Pangavanam Sopiastiya Papada Simya Vichinta Tatve Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ekopya Sarachayitum Jagatanta Kotim Ya Chakti Rasti Jagatanta Chayaya Tantaha Antantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yad Bhava Pavita Diyo Manujasta Teva Samprapya Rupa Mahima Sanayana Bhushaha Suktayam Eva Nikama Patitai Stuvanti Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ananda Chimmarasa Patibhavitabis Tapi Evan Jarupa Tayakalapihi Goloka Eva Nivasatya Kilatma Buddho Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ramachana Churuta Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sateva Hidayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundam Achintya Guna Sarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ramadi Murtishu Kala Niyamena Tishtan Nanavatarama Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhava Paramapumam Yo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the Supreme Godhead. He has an eternal blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin and the prime cause of all causes. I worship Govinda, the primary Lord, the first progenitor, who is tending the cows, yielding all desire, in abodes built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purple trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or gopis.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute, with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head decked with peacock's feather, with the figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, round whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers beautified with the moon locket, whose 2 hands are adorned with the flute and jeweled ornaments, who always revels in the pastimes of love, whose graceful threefold bending form of Shamsundara is eternally manifest.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is thus full of the most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of that transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs, and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas, but obtainable by pure unalloyed devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, is without a beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning and the eternal Purusa, yet he is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, only the tip of the toe of whose lotus feet is approached by the yogis who aspire after the transcendental and betake themselves to pranayama by drilling the respiration, or by the jnanis who try to find out the non-differentiated Brahman by the process of elimination of the Mandayan extending over thousands of millions of years.
He is an undifferentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor thereof. In his work of creation of millions of worlds, his potency remains inseparable. All the universes exist in him, and he is present in his fullness in every one of the atoms that are scattered throughout the universe at one and the same. Such is the primeval Lord whom I adore.
I adore the same Govinda, the primeval Lord, in whose praise men who are imbued with devotion sing the mantra suktas told by the Vedas by gaining their appropriate beauty, greatness, thrones, conveyances and ornaments.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, residing in his own realm, Goloka, with Radha, resembling his own spiritual figure, the embodiment of the ecstatic potency possessed of these 64 artistic activities in the company of her confidants, Sakhis. The embodiments of the extensions of her bodily form, permeated and vitalized by his ever blissful spiritual rasa.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Shama Sundara, Krishna himself, with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts with the eye of devotion tinged with the salve of love.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who manifested himself personally as Krishna and the different avatars in the world of the forms of Ram, Narasim, Vamana, and his subjective portions.
Sri Brahma Samhita ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita 7.1 purport. Srinvatam swakata Krishna punya sravana kirtanaha hridayanta histo hi apadrani vidinoti suhritsatam nasta prayesva abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki tada rajastamo bhava kamalo badayaschaye cheteter anavidam sitam satve prasidati evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogatah भगवत तत्व विज्ञानम मुक्त संगस्य जायते विद्यते हृदय ग्रंथिश्चिद्यन्ते सर्व संशयाः क्षीयन्ते च कर्माणि दृष्टा एवात्मनीश्वरे.
To hear about Krishna from Vedic literatures or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita is itself righteous activity. And for one who hears about Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best wishing friend and purifies the devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. In this way, a devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge. As he hears more about Krishna from the Bhagavatam and from the devotees, he becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. By development of devotional service, one becomes freed from the modes of passion and ignorance, and thus material lust and avarice are diminished. When these impurities are wiped away, the candidate remains steady in his position of pure goodness, becomes enlivened by devotional service, and understands the science of God perfectly. Thus, Bhakti Yoga severs the hard knot of material affection and enables one to come at once to the stage of asamshayam samagram, understanding of the supreme absolute truth, personality of Godhead. Therefore, only by hearing from Krishna or from his devotee in Krishna consciousness can one understand the science of Krishna.
Hare We'll continue reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 2, Text 30. Vipannan visapanena nigrahya bhujagadipam uttapya payayad gavas tattoyam prakriti sthitam. Vipannan, perplexed in great difficulties, visapanena, by drinking poison, nigrahya, subduing, bhujaga adipam, the chief of the reptiles, Utapya, after coming out, Apayayat, caused to drink, Gavaha, the cows, Tat, that Toyam, water, Prakriti, natural, Sthitam, situated. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The inhabitants of Vrindavana were perplexed by great difficulties because a certain portion of the Yamuna was poisoned by the chief of the reptiles, Kaliya. The Lord chastised the snake king within the water and drove him away, and after coming out of the river, he caused the cows to drink the water and proved that the water was again in its natural state.
What did you say?
Chapter 3, Canto 3, Chapter 2, Text 32. Now you have to read.
Srimad Bhagavatam 3.2.32. Ayajayat go savena goparajam dvijotamaha tamay vittasya choru bharasya chiktishran satvayam vibhu. Ayajayat, made to perform, go savena, by worship of the cows. Goparajam, the king of the cowherds. Dvija Uttama, by the learned Brahmanas. Vittasya, of the wealth. Cha, also. Urubharasya, great opulence. Chikirshan, desiring to act. Satvayam, proper utilization. Vibhu, the great. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Supreme Lord Krishna desired to utilize the opulent financial strength of Maharaj Nanda for worship of the cows, and also he wanted to give a lesson to Indra, the king of heaven. Thus he advised his father to perform worship of Go, or the pasturing land, and the cows with the help of learned Brahmanas. Since he is a teacher of everyone, the Lord also taught his father, Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj was a well-to-do landholder and owner of many cows, and as was the custom, he used to perform yearly worship of Indra, the king of heaven, with great opulence. This worship of demigods by the general populace is also advised in the Vedic literature, just so people can accept the superior power of the Lord. The demigods are servants of the Lord, deputed to look after the management of various activities of universal affairs. Therefore, it is advised in the Vedic scriptures that one should perform yagyas to appease the demigods, but one who is devoted to the Supreme Lord has no need to appease the demigods. Worship of the demigods by common people is an arrangement for acknowledging the supremacy of the Supreme Lord, but it is not necessary. Such appeasement is generally recommended for material gains only. As we have already discussed in the second canto of this literature, one who admits the supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead does not need to worship the secondary demigods. Sometimes, being worshipped and adored by less intelligent living beings, the demigods become puffed up with power and forget the supremacy of the Lord. This happened when Lord Krishna was present in the universe, and thus the Lord wanted to give a lesson to the King of Heaven, Indra. He therefore asked Maharaj Nanda to stop the sacrifice offered to Indra and to use the money properly by performing a ceremony worshipping the cows and the pasturing ground on the hill of Govardhan. By this act, Lord Krishna taught human society, as he was instructed in the Bhagavad Gita also, that one should worship the Supreme Lord by all acts and by all their results. That will bring about the desired success. The Vaishyas are specifically advised to give protection to the cows and their pasturing ground or agricultural land instead of squandering their hard-earned money. That will satisfy the Lord. The perfection of one's occupational duty, whether in the sphere of duty to oneself, one's community, or one's nation, is judged by the degree to which the Lord is satisfied.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 2, Text 33. Vasatandre vraja kopad bhagnamane tivivalaha gotra lila tapatrena trato bhadranugrahnata. Varsati, in pouring water. Indre, by the king of heaven. Indra, Vraja, king of heaven. Indra, Vraja, the land of cows, Vrindavana. Kopad Bhagnamane, having been in anger on being insulted. Ati, highly. Vihvalaha, perturbed. Gotra, the hill for the cows. Leela Atapatrena, by the pastime umbrella. Trataha, were protected. Bhadra, O sober one. Anugrahanata, by the merciful Lord. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O sober Vidura, King Indra, the King Indra, his honor having been insulted, poured water incessantly on Vrindavana, and thus the inhabitants of Raja, the land of cows, were greatly distressed, but the compassionate Lord Krishna saved them from danger with his pastime umbrella, the Govardhana hill.
Srimad Bhagavatam 3.2.34. Sachrach chashikarer mrishtham manayan rajani mukham Gayan Kalapadam Reme Strina Mandala Mandana. Sharat, autumn. Shashi, of the moon. Karai, by the shining. Mrishtam, brightened. Manayan, thinking so. Rajani Mukam, the face of the night. Gayan, singing. Kalapadam, pleasing songs. Reme, enjoyed. Strinam, of the women. Mandala Mandanaha, as the central beauty of the assembly of women. Translation and purport by C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In the third season of the year, the Lord enjoyed as a central beauty of the assembly of women by attracting them with his pleasing songs in an autumn night brightened by moonshine. Before leaving the land of cows, Vrindavan, the Lord pleased his young girlfriends, the transcendental gopis, in his Rasa Leela pastimes. Here, Uddhava stopped his description of the Lord's activities. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purpose of the third canto, second chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Remembrance of Lord Krishna.
Canto 3, Chapter 3, Text 1. Uddhava Vacha Tadasagatya Puram Swapitros Chikirshaya Sambaladeva Samyutaha Nipatya Tungad Ripuyutanatam Hadam Vakarshad Vyasum Ojasarvyam. Uddhava Vacha, Sri Uddhava said, Tadaha, thereafter, Sa, the Lord, Agatya, coming, Puram, to the city of Mathura. Swapitroho, own parents, Chikirshaya, wishing well, some well-being, Baladeva Samyutaha, with Lord Baladeva, Nipatya, dragging down, Tungat, from the throne, Ripuyutanatam, leader of the public enemies, Hatam, killed, Vakarshad, pulled, Vasum, dead, Ojisa, by strength, Urvyam, on the ground. Translation. Sri Uddhava said, Thereafter Lord Krishna went to Mathura city with Sri Baladeva, and to please their parents, they dragged Kamsa, the leader of the public enemies, down from his throne and killed him, pulling him along the ground with great strength. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. King Kamsa's death is only briefly described here because such pastimes are vividly and elaborately described in the 10th canto. The Lord proved to be a worthy son of his parents even at the age of 16 years. Both brothers, Lord Krishna and Lord Baladeva, went to Mathura from Vrindavana and killed their maternal uncle, who had given so much trouble to their parents, Vasudeva and Devaki. Kamsa was a great giant, and Vasudeva and Devaki never thought that Krishna and Baladeva would be able to kill such a great and strong enemy. When the two brothers attacked Kamsa and the throne, their parents feared that now Kamsa would finally get the opportunity to kill their sons, whom they had hidden for so long in the house of Nanda Maharaja. The parents of the Lord, due to parental affection, felt extreme danger, and they almost fainted. Just to convince them that they had actually killed Kamsa, Krishna and Baladeva pulled Kamsa's dead body along the ground to encourage them.
Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 3, Chapter 3, Text 2. Sandipane Sakrat Proktam Brahmaditya Sa Vistaram Tasmai Pradadvaram Putram Mritam Pancha Janodharat. Sandipane of Sandipani Muni, Sakrat once only, Proktam instructed, Brahma all the Vedas with their different branches of knowledge, Aditya after studying, Savistaram in all details, Tasmai unto him, Pradat rewarded, Varam a benediction, Putram his son, Mritam who was already dead, Panchajana the region of the departed souls, Udarat from within. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Lord learned all the Vedas with their different branches simply by hearing them once from his teacher, Sandipani Muni, whom he rewarded by bringing back his dead son from the region of Yamaloka. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. No one but the Supreme Lord can become well versed in all the branches of Vedic wisdom simply by hearing once from his teacher. Nor can anyone bring a dead body back to life after the soul has already gone to the region of Yamaraja. But Lord Krishna ventured to the planet of Yamaloka and found the dead son of his teacher and brought him back to his father as a reward for the instructions received. The Lord is constitutionally well versed in all the Vedas, and yet to teach by example that everyone must go to learn the Vedas from the authorized teacher and must satisfy the teacher by service and reward. He himself adopted this system. The Lord offered his service to his teacher, Sandipani Muni, and the Muni, knowing the power of the Lord, asked something which was impossible to be done by anyone else. The teacher asked that his beloved son who had died be brought back to him, and the Lord fulfilled the request. The Lord is not therefore an ingrate to anyone who renders him some sort of service. The devotees of the Lord who always engage in his loving service are never to be disappointed in the progressive march of devotional service.
Srimad Bhagavatam 3.3.3 Samauta Bhishmaka Kanyaye Shriya Shamahuta Bhishmaka Kanyaye Shriya Savarnena Buhushaya Sham Gandharva Vritya Mishatam Svabhagam Jare Padam Murdini Dadat Suparna. Samauta invited Bhishmaka of King Bhishmaka, Kanyaya by the daughter, yea, all those, Shriya, fortune, Savarnena by a similar sequence, Bubishaya, expecting to be so, Esham of them, Gandharva in marrying, Vritya by such a custom, Mishatam carrying so, Svabhagam own share, Jare took away, Padam feet, Murdhni on the head, Dadhat placed, Suparna Garuda. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Attracted by the beauty and fortune of Rukmini, the daughter of King Bhishmaka, many great princes and kings assembled to marry her. But Lord Krishna, stepping over the other hopeful candidates, carried her away as his own share, as Garuda carried away nectar. Princess Rukmini, the daughter of King Bhishmaka, was actually as attractive as fortune itself because she was as valuable as gold both in color and in value. Since the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, is the property of the Supreme Lord, Rukmini was actually meant for Lord Krishna, but Shishupal was selected as a bridegroom by Rukmini's elder brother, although King Bhishmaka wanted his daughter to be married to Krishna. Rukmini invited Krishna to take her away from the clutches of Shishupal. So when the bridegroom Shishupal came there with his party with a desire to marry Rukmini, Krishna all of a sudden swept her from the scene, stepping over the heads of all the princes there, just as Garuda carried away nectar from the hands of the demons. This incident will be clearly explained in the 10th canto.
Text 4. Text 4.
Kakodimono kakodimino vidana sade damive damitva swayamvare nagnajitim uvaha tadbagna manam apigrihyato jnane kshataha sasrabhritasvasastraihi.
Kakudminaha, bulls whose noses were not pierced. Aviddanasaha, pierced by the nose. Damitva, subduing. Swayamvare in the open competition to select the bridegroom. Jitim, Princess Jiti, Uvaha married. Tat Bhagnamanan, in that way all who were disappointed. Api, even though Grudyataha wanted. Agnan, the fools, Jagne, killed and wounded. Akshataha, without being wounded. Shastra Bruta, equipped with all weapon. Swasastrai, by his own weapons.
By subduing 7 bulls whose noses were not pierced, the Lord achieved the hand of Prince Najati in the open competition to selected bridegroom. Although the Lord was victorious, his competitors asked the hand of the princess, and thus there was a fight. Well equipped with weapons, the Lord killed or wounded all of them, but he was not hurt himself.
Text 5. Canto 3, Chapter 3. Priyam 5. Text 5. Priyam Prabhu Gramya Iva Priyaya Viduchurarcha Dyutaram Yadarde Vajri Adrava Tamsakuno Gano Rusanda Kridam Brugo Nunam Ayam Vadunam. Priyam, of the dear wife, Prabhu, the Lord, Gramyaha, ordinary living being, Iva, in the manner of, Priyaya, just to please, Vidichu, wishing, Archat, brought about, Dutarum, the Parijata flower tree, yet for which are they in the matter of, Vajri, Indra, king of heaven, Adravattam, went forward to fight with him, Saganaha, with full strength, Rusha, in anger, Andaha, blind, Kridamruga, henpecked, Nunam, of course, I am this, Vadunam, of the wives. Translation. Just to please his dear wife, the Lord brought back the Parijata tree from heaven, just as an ordinary husband would do. But Indra, the king of heaven, induced by his wives, henpecked as he was, ran after the Lord with full force to fight him. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Lord once went to the heavenly planet to present an earring to Aditi, the mother of the demigods, and his wife Satyabhama also went with him. There is a special flowering tree called the Parijata, which grows only in the heavenly planets. And Satyabhama wanted this tree just to please his wife, like an ordinary husband. The Lord brought back the tree, and this enraged Vajri, the controller of the thunderbolt. Indra's wives inspired him to run after the Lord to fight, and Indra, because he was a henpecked husband and also a fool, listened to them and dared to fight with Krishna. He was a fool on this occasion because he forgot that everything belongs to the Lord. There was no fault on the part of the Lord, even though he took away the tree from the heavenly kingdom. But because Indra was henpecked, dominated by his beautiful wives like Sachi, he became a fool, just as all persons who are dominated by their wives are generally foolish. Indra thought that Krishna was a henpecked husband who only by the will of his wife Satyabhama took away the property of heaven, and therefore he thought that Krishna could be punished. He forgot that the Lord is the proprietor of everything and cannot be henpecked. The Lord is fully independent, and by his will only he can have hundreds and thousands of wives like Satyabhama. He was not therefore attached to Satyabhama because she was a beautiful wife, but he was pleased with her devotion service and thus wanted to reciprocate the unalloyed devotion of his devotee.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 3, Text 6. Sutam mrudekam vapusa grasantam destva sunabona matitatam dharitraya amantritastat tanaya yatsesham datva tad antaha puram Avivesha Sutam San Mrudhe in the fight. Calm the sky Vapusha by his body. Grasantam while devouring. Dristva seeing Sunabha by the Sudarshana wheel. Unmatitham killed. Dharitraya by the earth. Amantritaha being prayed for. Tat Tanayaya to the son of Narakasura. Shesham that which was taken from Dattva returning a Tat his Antahapuram inside the house. Avivesha entered. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Narakasura, the son of Dharitri, the earth, tried to grasp the whole sky, and for this he was killed with the Lord in a fight. His mother then prayed to the Lord. This led to the return of the kingdom to the son of Narakasura, and thus the Lord entered the house of the demon. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It is said in other Puranas that Narakasura was the son of Dharitri, the earth, by the Lord himself. But he became a demon due to the bad association of Bana, another demon. An atheist is called a demon, and it is a fact that even a person born of good parents can turn into a demon by bad association. Birth is not always a criterion of goodness. Unless and until one is trained in the culture of good association, one cannot become good.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 3, Text 7. Tatraritasta navadeva kanya kujena drishtva haramartha bandhum utthaya satyo jagaru praharsha vriddanuraga prahitavaloke. Tatra, inside the house of Narakasur. Artha, kidnapped. Ta, all those. Naradeva Kanya, daughters of many kings. Kujena, by the demon. Drishtva, by seeing. Harim, the Lord. Artha Bandhum, the friend of the distressed. Uttaya, at once got up. Uttaya, at once got up. Sadhya, then and there. Jagruhu, accepted. Praharsha, joyfully. Vriddha, shyness. Anuraga, attachment. Prahita avalokai, by eager glances. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There in the house of the demon, all the princesses kidnapped by Narakasura at once became alert upon seeing the Lord, the friend of the distressed. They looked upon him with eagerness, joy, and shyness and offered to be his wives. Narakasura kidnapped many daughters of great kings and kept them imprisoned in his palace. But when he was killed by the Lord and the Lord entered the house of the demon, all the princesses were enlivened with joy and offered to become his wives because the Lord is the only friend of the distressed. Unless the Lord accepted them, there would be no chance of their being married because the demon kidnapped them from their father's custody, and therefore no one would agree to marry them. According to Vedic society, girls are transferred from the custody of the father to the custody of the husband. Since these princesses had already been taken away from the custody of their fathers, it would have been difficult for them to have any husband other than the Lord himself.
Text 8, Canto 3, Chapter 3. Asam muhurta ekasmin nana gareshu yoshitam savidam jagrepanin anurupa swamayaya. Awesome, all those, muhurte, at one time, ekasmin, simultaneously, nana gareshu, in different compartments, yoshitam, of the women, savidam, with perfect rituals, jagrihe, accepted, panin, hands, anurupaha, exactly to match, swamayaya, by his internal potency. Translation. All those princesses were lodged in different apartments, and the Lord simultaneously assumed different bodily expansions exactly matching each and every princess. He accepted their hands in perfect rituals by his internal potency. In the Brahma Samhita 5.33, the Lord is described as follows in regard to his innumerable plenary expansion. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Dvaitam achyutam anadim ananta rupam adyam purana purusham navayavvanam cha Vedeshu durlabhamadurlabhamatmabhaktau govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. The Lord Govinda, whom I worship, is the original personality of Godhead. He is not different from his innumerable plenary expansions, who are all infallible, original, and unlimited, and who have eternal forms. Although he is primeval, the oldest personality, he is always fresh and young. By his internal potency, the Lord can expand himself into various personalities of Swayam Prakasha and again into Prabhava and Vaibhava forms. And all of them are not different from one another. The forms into which the Lord expanded to marry the princesses in different apartments were all slightly different just to match each and every one of them. They are called Vaibhava Vilasa forms of the Lord and are affected by his internal potency Yogamaya.
Tasvapantyani ajanaya datma tulyani sarvataha ekaikashyam dasha dasha prakritirvebubushaya. Tashu, unto them, apatyani, offspring, apatyani, child, ajanayat, begot, atmatulyani, all like himself, sarvataha, in all respects, ekashyam, in each and every one of them, dasha 10, dasha 10, prakritehe, for expanding himself, vibhubhushaya, so desiring. Translation: just to expand himself according to his transcendental features, the Lord begot in each and every one of them 10 offspring. Translation: just to expand himself according to his transcendental features, the Lord begot in each and every one of them 10 offspring, with exactly his own qualities.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 3, Text 10. Kalamagada Shalvadin Anike Rundata Puram Agyanat Swayam Divyam Swapum Sham Teja Adishat. Kala Yavana Magadha, the king of Magadha, Jarasandh. Salva, King Shalva, King Shalva, Adin and others, Anike by the soldiers, Rundatha being encircled, Puram the city of Mathura, Agyanat killed, Swayam personally, Divyam transcendental, Swapam Sham of his own men, Teja prowess, Adishat exhibited. Translation purport by His Divine Grace C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Kala Yavana, the king of Magadha and Shalva, attacked the city of Mathura, but when the city was encircled by the soldiers, the Lord refrained from killing them personally just to show the power of his own men. After the death of Kamsa, when Mathura was encircled by the soldiers of Kala Yavana, Jarasandh and Shalva, the Lord seemingly fled from the city, and thus he is known as Ranchor, or one who fled from fighting. Actually, the fact was that the Lord wanted to kill them through the agency of his own men, devotees like Muchukunda and Bhima. Kala Yavana and the king of Magadha were killed by Muchukunda and Bhima respectively, who acted as agents of the Lord. By such acts, the Lord wanted to exhibit the prowess of his devotees, as if he were personally unable to fight, but his devotees could kill them. The relationship of the Lord with his devotees is a very happy one. Actually, the Lord descended at the request of Brahma in order to kill all the undesirables of the world. But to divide the share of glory, he sometimes engaged his devotees to take the credit. The The battle of Kurukshetra was designed by the Lord himself, but just to give credit to his devotee Arjuna, Nimitta Matram Bhavasavya Sachin. He played the part of the charioteer while Arjuna was given the chance to play the fighter and thus became the hero of the battle of Kurukshetra. What he wants to do himself by his transcendental plans, he executes through his confidential devotees. That is the way of the Lord's mercy towards his pure, unalloyed devotees.
Text 11, Canto 3, Chapter 3. Sambaram dvividam banam muram balvalam evacha anyam shadanta vakradin avadit kamscha ghatayat. Sambaram, Sambara, Dvidim, Dvivida, Banam, Bana, Muram, Mura, Balvalam, Balvala, Evacha, as also, Anya and others, Cha also, Dantavakradin, like Dantavakra and others, Avadid, killed, Kancha and many others, Gatayat, caused to be killed. Translation. Of kings like Sambara, Dvivida, Bana, Mura, Balvala and many others demons, such as Dantavakra, some he killed himself, some he caused to be killed by others, Sri Baladeva, etc.
अतते पुत्राणाम् अतते पुत्राणां पक्ष्योः पतितान् नृपान् चाचालाभुः कुरुक्षेत्रं येषाम् आपाततं बलै.
Atha thereafter Theyur, Bhratraputranam of the nephews, Pakshayo of both sides, Patitan killed, Rupan kings, Chichala shook, Buh the earth, Kurukshetram the battle of Kurukshetra, Esham of whom, Apatatam traversing, Balai by strength.
Translation. Then, O Vidura, the Lord caused all the kings, both the enemies and those on the side of your fighting nephews, to be killed in the battle of Kurukshetra. All those kings were so great and strong that the earth seemed to shake as they traversed the war field.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 3, Text 13. Sakarna dushasana saubalana kumantra pakena hata shriyasuyam suyodhanam shanucharam shayanam bhagnoram urvyam nanada pashyan. Saha, he, the Lord, Karna, Dushasana, Sobhalanam, Shobala, Kumantra Pakena, by the intricacy of ill advice, Atashriya, bereft of fortune, Ayusham, duration of life, Suyodhanam, Duryodhana, Sa Anucharam, with followers, Shayanam, lying down, Bhagna, broken, Uram, thighs, Urvyam, very powerful, Na, did not, Nananda, take pleasure, Pashyan, seeing like that. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Duryodhan was bereft of his fortune and duration of life because of the intricacy of ill advice given by Karna, Dushasan and Shobala. When he lay on the ground with his followers, his thighs broken, although he was powerful, the Lord was not happy to see the scene. The fall of Duryodhana, the leading son of Dhritarashtra, was not pleasing to the Lord, although he was on the side of Arjuna, and it was he who advised Bhima how to break the thighs of Duryodhana while the fight was going on. The Lord is constrained to award punishment upon the wrongdoer, but he is not happy to award such punishments because the living entities are originally his parts and parcels. He is harder than the thunderbolt for the wrongdoer and softer than the rose for the faithful. The wrongdoer is misled by bad associates and by ill advice, which is against the established principles of the Lord's order, and thus he becomes subject to punishment. The surest path to happiness is to live by the principles laid down by the Lord and not disobey his established laws, which are enacted in the Vedas and the Puranas for the forgetful living entities.
Canto 3, Chapter 3. Kiyan buvoyam Shapitorubaro Yadrona Bhishmarjuna Bhimamulaihi Astadashaksho Hinoinko Madam Sair Aste Balam Durvisaham Yadunam. Kiyan, what is this? Bhuvaha, of the earth, I am this. Kshapita, abated. Uru, very great. Bharaha, burden. Yat, which. Drona, Drona. Bhishma, Bhishma. Arjuna, Arjuna. Bhima, Bhima. Mulaihi, with the help. Astadasha, 18. Akshauhinika, phalanxes of military strength. Vide, Bog, 1.16.34. Mat, Amsai, with my descendants. Aste are still there. Balam, great strength. Durvisaham, unbearable. Yadunam, of the Yadu dynasty. Translation. After the end of the battle of Kurukshetra, the Lord said, the abatement of the earth's great burden, 18 Akshahinis, has now been effected with the help of Drona, Bhishma, Arjuna and Bhima. But what is this? There is still the great strength of Yadu dynasty, born of myself, which may be a more unbearable burden. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. It is a wrong theory that due to an increase in population, the world becomes overburdened and therefore there are wars and other annihilating processes. The earth is never overburdened. The heaviest mountains and oceans on the face of the earth hold more living entities than there are human beings, and they are not overburdened. If a census were taken of all the living beings on the surface of the earth, certainly it would be found that the number of humans is not even 5% of the total number of living beings. If the birth rate of human beings is increasing, then the birth rate of other living beings is increasing proportionately. The birth rate of lower animals, beasts, aquatics, birds, etc. is far greater than that of human beings. There is an adequate arrangement for food for all the living beings all over the earth by the order of the Supreme Lord, and He can arrange more and more if there is actually a disproportionate increase of living beings. Therefore, there is no question of an increase in population causing a burden. The earth became overburdened due to dharmaglani, or irregular discharge of the Lord's desire. The Lord appeared on the earth to curb the increase in miscreants and not the increase in population, as is wrongly put forward by the mundane economist. When Lord Krishna appeared, there had been a sufficient increase in miscreants who had violated the desire of the Lord. The material creation is meant for fulfilling the desire of the Lord, and His desire is that the conditioned souls who are unfit to enter into the kingdom of God have a chance to improve their conditions for entering. The entire process of cosmic arrangement is intended just to give a chance to the conditioned souls to enter the kingdom of God, and there is an adequate arrangement for their maintenance by the nature of the Lord. Therefore, although there may be a great increase in population on the surface of the earth, If the people are exactly enlightened with God consciousness and are not miscreants, such a burden on the earth is a source of pleasure for her. There are two kinds of burdens. There is the burden of the beast and the burden of love. The burden of the beast is unbearable. The burden of the love is a source of pleasure. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti describes the burden of love very practically. He says that the burden of the husband on the young wife, the burden of the child on the lap of the mother, and the burden of the wealth on the businessman, although actually burdens from the viewpoint of heaviness, are sources of pleasure. And in the absence of such burdensome objects, one may feel the burden of separation, which is heavier to bear than the actual burden of love. When Lord Krishna referred to the burden of the Yadu dynasty on the earth, he referred to something different than the burden of the beast. The large numbers of family members born of Lord Krishna counted to some millions and were certainly a great increase in the population of the earth. But because all of them were expansions of the Lord Himself, by His transcendental plenary expansion, they were a source of great pleasure for the earth. When the Lord referred to them in connection with the burden on the earth, He had in mind their imminent disappearance from the earth. All the members of the family of Lord Krishna were incarnations of different demigods, and they were to disappear from the surface of the earth along with the Lord. When He referred to the unbearable heaviness on the earth in connection with the Yadu dynasty, He was referring to the burden of their separation. Srila Jiva Goswami confirms this inference.
Text 15. Mito yadaisham bhavita vivado madhu madatam ravilochananam naisham vadopayayana yanatonyo Mayadatye nitadha datte swayam sma.
Mitaha, one another. Yada, when a sum of them bhavita will take place. Vivadaha, quarrel. Madhu amada, intoxication by drinking. Atma atamra vilochananam, of their eyes being copper red. No, not Esham. Of them, Vada Upaya, means of disappearance. Yan, like this. Ataha, besides this. Anyaha, alternative. Mai, and my. Ujyate, disappearance. Anta dadate, will disappear. Swayam, themselves. Ma, certainly.
Translation. When they quarrel among themselves, influenced by the intoxication, with their eyes red like copper because of drinking madhu, then only will they disappear. Otherwise, it will not be possible. On my disappearance, this incident will take place. Purport. The Lord and His associates appear and disappear by the will of the Lord. They are not subjected to the laws of material nature. No one was able to kill the family of the Lord, nor was there any possibility of their natural death by the laws of nature. The only means, therefore, for their disappearance was the make show of a fight amongst themselves, as if brawling in intoxication due to drinking. That so-called fighting would take place by the will of the Lord. Otherwise, there would be no cause for their fighting. Just as Arjuna was made to be illusioned by family affection, and thus the Bhagavad Gita was spoken, so the Yadu dynasty was made to be intoxicated by the will of the Lord, and nothing more. The devotees and associates of the Lord are completely surrendered souls. Thus, they are transcendental instruments in the hands of the Lord and can be used in any way the Lord desires. The pure devotee also enjoy the pure Devotees also enjoy such pastimes of the Lord because they want to see Him happy. Devotees of the Lord never assert independent individuality. On the contrary, they utilize their individuality in pursuit of the desires of the Lord. And this cooperation of the devotees with the Lord makes a perfect scene of the Lord's pastimes.
3.3.16 एवं संचिन्त्य भगवान् स्वराज्य स्थाप्य धर्मजं नन्दयाम आश सुहृदा साधूनां वर्तमा दूषयं दर्शयन् evam thus sanchintya thinking within himself Bhagavan the personality of Godhead Swarajye in his own kingdom Sthapya installing Dharmajam Maharaj Yudhishthir Nandayam Asha gladdened Surdha the friends Sadhunam of the saints Vartma the path Darshayan by indicating. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Lord Shri Krishna, thus thinking to himself, established Maharaj Yudhishthir in the position of supreme control of the world in order to show the ideal of administration on the path of piety. So we finished with chapter 3.3.7, 16 and we'll continue tomorrow. Hare Krishna. There's no problem, right? Chota ladla.
Yeah, today I didn't bring. He's
Not well over. He's okay.
actually he's ready, everything ready, but he troubles me a lot. So today I'm little low. So I had a headache yesterday, so I just want to rest.
But you came, huh? Wow. Amazing. You never miss, right, Prabhu, do you? You never miss, right? You guys never miss, right? Wow. What about vacation? When you go on vacation, who'll do it, Prabhu?
Vacation, Neil Prabhu.
Yeah, he'll take. Oh, so it won't stop. Very nice. Let me also know in that case if I have to fill in. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma. बंद मोहि सावधाना माते जार प्रसादे भाई ए भव तोरिया जाय कृष्ण प्राप्ति होय जहाँ होयते गुरुमुख पद्मावाक्या चित्ते कोरिया क्या आरना कोरियो माने आशा श्री गुरु चरणे रति ऐसे उत्तमा गति जे प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा जे प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा चक्षुदान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेद गाय चार चरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना आहा प्रभु कोरो दोया देहो मोरे पद छाया आहा प्रभु कोरो दोया देहो मोरे पद जाय ए बेजाज गुशुक त्रिभुवाना श्रीला प्रभुपाद पतित पवाना गुरुदेव ले लो शराना जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा श्रील प्रभुपदा नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नितिनामिने कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नितिनामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद
श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल नाम होम विष्णुपाद परमहंस नित्य लीला प्रविष्टा इस डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शील प्रभुपाद की जय नाम होम विष्णुपाद परमहंस नित्य लीला प्रविष्टा इस डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर महाराज की नाम होम विष्णुपाद परमहंस नित्य लीला प्रविष्टा इस डिवाइन ग्रेस गौर किशोरदास बाबा जी महाराज की नाम ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस नित्य लीला प्रविष्टा इस डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी विनोद ठाकुर गोस्वामी महाराज की नाम ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस नाम ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस नित्य लीला प्रविष्टा इस डिवाइन ग्रेस जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की नाम राधा कृष्ण गौर गोपीनाथ राधा कुंज श्याम कुंज गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की नवदीप मायापुर वृंदावन नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की अयोध्या धाम की जय गंगा माई की जमुना माई की भक्ति देवी की जी तुलसी महारानी की जय सामवेद भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल डिवोटीज हरे कृष्णा ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल डिवोटीज हरे कृष्णा ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल डिवोटीज हरे कृष्णा ऑल ग्लोरीज टू श्री गुरु एंड गौरंगा ऑल ग्लोरीज टू शीला प्रभुपाद की जय
The lotus feet of our spiritual master, the only way better. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him ecstatic prema emanates. By him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the host of mercy, the friend of the poor, the Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three walls. We take the shelter of your lotus feet. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shiv Mataji.
You take that. So cute. I know, right? Even I'm so happy. Today I woke up, I said, no, I have to go. I was losing association, right? And I was like losing it all. My mind only was going in a different direction. Exactly, right? So I said, no, I have to come back. Krishna is calling me because every day I wake up like 4 o'clock and again I go to sleep. And today I said, no, nothing doing. Today I may just start again.
One day, regular. One hour.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do vegetarian. Good idea. Thank you. See? This association. Proper advice.
I'll explain you the music.
No, you first wants to shut. Oh, we still have this display, huh? Who made all these? Do you know, Prabhu? Any idea? Who created all of these? So nicely done, right?
Oh yeah, this, including my wife.
She also did? Acha? Wow. All these ladies did, is it?
And that Ramarajo event.
Ah, I know. I wish I knew. I would have also taken part. This is so fantastic. All of them did?
Yeah.
Prabhu, I'm telling you, all the Telugu people would have done together, right? Very creative people. Seriously. Very nicely done. Just loved each and every one of them.
Yes.
Huh? How long did it take for them?
They spend a whole evening. I think they have this stuff already ready, but they spend a whole evening until.
No, Prabhu, this was not ready before, really?
Yeah, I think
From
some
Anand
stuff
Mela,
already-
is it?
Yeah, some stuff are there already, like the stuff were already there, just arrangement this time.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, it looks like they did it before.
Because for Anand Mela, I don't think we ever had this kind of
No,
festival,
yeah,
no?
Nana input.
Then how
I'm
come
not
they
saying
had
it's first
it?
time, yeah.
Ah, I thought they created it all, no?
From they created, but
You should
Ah,
go
like
and look at Swaminarayan temple someday. Especially Diwali time, they have like an exhibition, Prabhu. It's like a tour. So they have section by section and you keep going through. Amazingly done. I mean, their temple is huge, of course. It's a big building. So they have so many, like room into room, like keep on going inside. Amazing, but only thing, their concept I didn't understand. Yeah.
Sarvam Krishna. Every Veda ends with Sarvam Krishna Arpanamastu Mataji.
I know, that is true. I shouldn't be criticizing, yeah. No, true.
Yeah.
But I have that sense of belonging here than anywhere else.
Yeah. So
It's nice to visit. other
because
than-
the way everything ends at Krishna, right?
Exactly. That's why we like it, I think. There, I think they give a lot of emphasis on Swaminarayan. But when I looked at it, they also have a video of his lifestyle and all of that, right? He's also like Parikshit Maharaj only. He left home like by when he was 16 or something. I mean, when he was 7 or 8 something.
Yeah.
He was completely like transcendental. But the message somehow was not clear. Hi, Abhi, how are you? I miss seeing you, you know that, right? I listen to your voice sometimes in the mornings. I like play it live, so I just love the way he reads. No? Even shloka recitation is improved quite a bit. Right? Huh?
I have Sanskrit class and I also have a Gita recitation.
Oh, you're learning that, is it? See? There you go. You must be the master, right, in your class? You must be an expert, not master.
No,
Huh?
people, Swaraj and somebody like it.
Yeah.
Who is teaching then, Sanskrit?
Some Prabhu from India.
Oh, online is it?
Online.
Oh, interesting. Good job, Abhi. So proud of you. You can teach your younger brother also. He also is cute, Prabhu, when he reads. Yeah? And very fluent in reading, that guy. Hard work, but he's able to read, right?